Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs, and my project today is a window box for the Hershey foil eggs. I usually do something with the Hershey eggs every year, so this is it. This time I'm doing the little girl in the dress, but I am stamping her and coloring her. Last time I used the cutout of it. And for the window, I'm using this rectangular die from the Autumn Leaves die. The die measures 1 by 2 3/8. So anything close to that would be good that you have. It measures 1.5 by 3.5 by 3/4. And it opens in the back. And there are 7 of the Hershey eggs in there. Alright, so what we need for this is a piece of Pretty in Pink that is 5 3/4 by 5, so you can get 2 out of each sheet of cardstock, of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. We need a strip of basic white for the sentiment that is 5/8 inch high. I cut it down to about 1.5. This is for stamping. You need a window sheet that is 1 3/8 by 3. And from the Wildflower birthday DSP, we need 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 3 1/4, 2 that are 1/2 by 3 1/4, and 2 that are 1 1/4 by 1/2. All right, all of that is on my blog, which is linked below. All right, so let me get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 5 3/4 inch side and score at 3/4, 4 1/4, and 5. Turn it to the 5 inch side and score at 3/4, 2 1/4, 3, and 4.5. All right, now fold and burnish all your score lines. Alright, now your 1/2 inch rectangle is over here. There are 2 3/4 inch strips at the top, 1 here and 1 there. And excuse the inky mess I made, but this is what we're going to be doing. Alright, so we're going to start down here, go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up into that 1/2 inch rectangle. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the first score line, and then wedge this square. Go to the last score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge. All right, now turn it to the other side. The 1/2 inch rectangle is over here. Go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, take off the bottom rectangle, and wedge the one that's left. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the second score line. Take off the bottom rectangle and wedge the top one. Okay, now we're going to take these 4 pieces off. I go just under the score line so there's no bump, and then wedge up into that 1/2 inch rectangle. And then we need our corner rounder for that top flat. And that's what your cardstock looks like when we're done with that cutting. Alright, now I'm just gonna put on both pieces of the largest DSP, because then we can cut. The one you have to put on to cut the window is the one that is under the flaps. So I'm going to use some Stampin Seal Plus. And then I'm going to put this on there like that. I might as well do the other one now. And before we put the window, I am going to take a small hole punch and just cut that little grip because I didn't do it early enough in this one. All right, now I'm going to take this die from the Autumn Leaves dies, and I'm going to put it mostly towards the top. And I'm going to use my low-tack tape, put it on there to keep it still, and I'm going to run this through my machine. All right, let's take this off. Okay, and that's what it looks like when you're done cutting the window. So I don't forget, now we're going to flip it over, and this is really tight. So what I'm going to do is put tear and tape right up against that score line. I'm going to do a piece at a time here for the sides. And then I'm going to roll back the extra on both of these sides. Well, this one, I think it fits. I must have not done it evenly. Okay, and then there's enough room for the top and bottom. All right, and then we're going to take our window sheet. That is 1 3/8 by 3. And put it over this. All right. Yeah, I made this one a little bit to the left, but that's all right. Mistakes are mistakes. She'll cover up the other side a bit. All right, so now we need the tear and tape again. We did our window, we did our little notch. And we're going to put it on the 1/2-inch rectangle next to the score line. And take off the backing again. And then flip it over to meet each other. All right, so this is our back right here. Just put that back flap down first. All right, now we're going to put these on the long sides and these on the short sides. Okay, let's let that dry a minute. And we're going to do some stamping now. So let's do our bunny. I'm wondering if I should have done her in yellow and put some yellow dots. I don't know. I'll continue with the pink, I guess. All right. And I'm going to cut this out. All right. That's done. And now we need this piece for the Somebody Loves You. And I'm going to try to get it at the end over here. Great. All right, now we only need 2 markers, maybe 3, maybe the color lifter. I'm going to do, with light bubble bath, I'm going to do the nose, and I'm just going to follow it up a little, and then we'll cover just this part up there with the bunny color, the pecan pie. All right, and then I'm going to just put a little bit of pink in there. Okay, now let's do the collar and the bands and the waistband. And then I'm going to go over this This is all white. I'm just going to go over this special. And then I'm just going to color in the rest. I like this better. I'm just going to go over the collar and the bands. Just a little bit, but one more. There we go. I like that better because this I used a different color and switched it, so this is better. All right, now take the light pecan pie, and I'm just going to go over these lines first. The little lines that the artist put on there. I probably will do her back foot all. All right, and then I'm going to go over the rest of it. Same color. If you have to redo those lines, it's okay. And then I'm going to go down almost to the tip of the nose, but I'm going to leave that pink there. But that just makes that part just a little lighter. I put a little bit on the bottom of the ear and the top of the ear. I'm not going to touch the tail yet. Okay, that came out good. If you can redo the lines a little bit to make them a little darker if you want to. All right, then I'm going to take first the light, and I'm just going to go over the back edge of the tail just a little bit. And then I'm going to soften it with the color lifter just at the edge, and I'm going to soften this pink in there. And that's it. All right. Now we need our box, and it takes 7 eggs. I was going to line them up, but then it didn't work out. I probably would have made this probably 1 3/4, and it could probably fit an extra egg, just so that that window was a little bit easier to do. But it's all right. I didn't have a lot of blue this time, but that's all right. Okay. Now I'm just going to cut my sentiment down. Yep, just about 1 1/2. And I'm just going to glue it to the bottom of the box. It covers the bottom of the window just a little. I left about 1/4 inch from the bottom of the box up. Okay, then we need some dimensionals. This bunny's ears are really good too. Can get a full dimensional in there. Except we didn't need that. But that's all right. I'll put something on there. All right, and then I'm going to put the bunny just above the sentiment, over the window, just like that. All right, and I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to the ear, the inner ear, and the bunny tail, and the nose, if you can get it in there. All right. Now this is a new ribbon. It is the 1/4 inch white ribbon. It's kind of gauzy. Feels kind of like that. And I'm going to wind it around just above the bunny and tie a bow on the left side. And then for the final touch, I'm going to use some in color dots. These are the 24 to 26, and I'll use these light pink ones, which I think are Bubble Bath. And I'm going to put two up here, a big one and a little one. And then another little one right there on the sentiment. And that is it. Hope you enjoyed it. All of my info is below. Please subscribe and hit the like button, which I keep forgetting to say in the beginning of the sentence. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee, my email address is below there. My email address for PayPal is below there. No obligation. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.